Okay, Sonic Prime, I see you. I see you. Giving some characterizations to the extra characters, the alternate universe versions and everything. First of all, that cliffhanger was just brutal. That was absolutely brutal. But thank goodness we're gonna have to only wait probably like 2 months until February. So that's not as bad. I mean, it's not like what they did with JoJo Part 6, so thank God. At least I hope they don't do that. If they do, we need to stage a riot. Okay, I'm joking. Don't take that seriously. But yes, these last few episodes of Sonic Prime definitely had me looking at Sonic Prime a little bit differently. And when I say differently, I view it more deep than I originally thought it was. Because I thought at first going into this, it would be very simple, but also have great animation, a straightforward story. But it's a little bit more than that, apparently. And there seems to be a lot more character drama than I initially thought it was going to be. This is actually very interesting, and I'm loving what they're doing with it. I cannot deny that. I cannot lie about this. So before I go on and talk about everything that these last few episodes have, hi, I'm Vagabond Connor. This is the review for the final episodes of Season 1 of Sonic Prime, episodes 5 through 8. So in episode 5, Sonic and alternate universe Amy, Thorn Rose, they face off. And really, I mean, Sonic gets clapped because a lot of times he's really just holding back, but she's also using the shard in order to create nature. We come to find out that the reason why nature is so crazy is because of the shard in this area. So these shards have the ability to alter not just universes, but also how certain things work in said universes. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't really care for this episode that much. It was kind of just okay-ish to me. But I will say this, there were very important things in this particular episode when it comes to symbolism. For example, the palm tree. There's a palm tree in every universe, correct? The palm tree really symbolizes how things once were and the friendships that Sonic had and the peace that they had once had. This is what the palm tree represents. And in this universe, Thorn Rose was really killing off the palm tree in this dimension because she had blocked the forest off from all types of sunlight because she doesn't really like how all of her other friends, such as Alternate Universe Rouge, Nux, and Big and Tails, they were basically eating too much food, I guess, and she thought that they were killing off nature. When in actuality, she ended up doing pretty much just that by blocking off sunlight and just overall just being an idiot. Let's just be real. So once Sonic shows her that she's been killing off the palm tree, once he finally gets rid of the hammer, then she comes back to her senses and like, okay, I'm sorry, I've been starving my friends, I've been also killing off the forest as well, doing exactly what I feared, stuff like that. And basically it ends kind of quickly. Like I said, I didn't really care much for this episode. I think that this was one of the episodes that I just found a little bit weaker than everything else that we've gotten. But I do believe that this whole arc with Thorn Rose and everything, I do believe that this may be important later on because of what happens in future episodes. So I do look forward to see how they're going to make this important. Because keep in mind, Sonic still didn't get the crystal shard. So we gotta keep that in mind. So what ends up happening is Sonic ends up accidentally touching the green crystal shard and ended up teleporting back to the dystopian dimension where you see Rouge, her name is Rebel, and Knuckles. He calls himself Nux. This leads on into episode 6, and this is where things get a little bit spicy. So we come to find out that Tails actually took the crystal, and he deserted Nux and Rouge. And I'm just sitting here like, oh my god, he really did. Because he looked dead at him as he was climbing on the walls like freaking Spider-Man. And this man literally just dipped and left them there. And then Knuckles, literally after seeing that, he pulls a Raphael, he just goes crazy, starts destroying all the robots around him. Because he was captured at first, but then he just went rage mode, which is fun to see because you haven't seen Knuckles go rage mode in a really, really, really long time. It's actually kind of crazy how long it's been. Has it been since Sonic X? Oh my god, it's been a long time. Anyways, Knuckles and a bunch of soldiers are fighting against a bunch of robots and mechs, and Sonic helps out. At this, Knuckles is angry. Knuckles and Rouge are very angry at Sonic because he skipped town for weeks. Now, from Sonic's perspective, it was a day, but he ended up leaving for like weeks on end because time works differently in that universe. So, rightfully so, Knuckles and Rouge are very pissed off. But they had staged a rebellion, and they had gathered an army and did all this type of stuff, and they're like, okay, this is going to be the final battle. We're going to get the Egg Council, we're going to get rid of them for good, and we're going to take the city back. We're going to take our world, our land back. So when they go to the fight, Tails ends up actually showing up and helping everyone out. And then Sonic, he homing attacks like he did, and I love this because he homing attacks his way all the way up to he hits like different robots, and he's just bouncing on top of them all the way up to the ship that Tails is carrying. Tails had made this dimensional ship that can just go through different dimensions and fly around and stuff, right? And so when he jumps in the ship, Tails actually dips from that universe, and Sonic's like, hold up, we gotta go back. And Tails takes Sonic to a new dimension. This dimension is called the Grim, and this place is desolate as desolate can be. There's literally no life. There's no alternate universe versions of Tails, anybody. There's no alternate universe versions of anybody. So Sonic has new shoes in this one, but we don't get to see the powers of it because he stays in this one for an extremely short amount of time. And Tails, he goes, hey, we can start anew here. This can be our own universe, our own place that we can stay in, our own dimension. You know, we can start anew. I'm away from all those people. And Sonic's just like, yeah, but we gotta go help out the other guys. We can't just leave them hanging like that. They're in the middle of a war right now. And Tails is like, that city never brought me anything but misery. I don't care about those people. And so in this circumstance, Tails kind of gives off a villainous vibe to me. He may not, okay, no, definitely something's gonna come of this, but how extreme is it going to be? I have no idea. But this Tails is very interesting because he just doesn't care about anybody. This man doesn't care. He's like, they can die. But like, good Lord. So Sonic ends up going back to the other dimension. He's like, hey Tails, I hope to see you there in the fight, helping out. And so when Sonic appears in the other dimension, he's like, okay, I'm here for good. No more disappearing. No more popping out of thin air. You know, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna fight with y'all, okay? And Tails, surprisingly enough, he ended up actually showing up anyways and helping out. So Tails ends up getting captured. And throughout this episode, we find out that Eggman and, well, the council in general, they ended up finding out that Sonic's able to teleport to different dimensions. They find out about the different dimensions and what the prism or shard can do. So with that knowledge, they take that knowledge and find out that Tails, or Ninetales, has the prism, and they capture him. Thus leads on into episode 7. In this episode, we actually get a revelation. So turns out that the reason why Shadow is in the realm between dimensions is because he was there in that very moment. He was there when Sonic had broken the crystal, and he had used Chaos Control in order to, I believe, warp himself towards Sonic. And I guess at the same time, while Sonic was touching the crystal, he ended up getting warped at the same time into the realm between dimensions. Kind of like how Sonic was, because Sonic was floating in between dimensions. Only difference is that he went to a different dimension, a different universe, whereas Shadow was stuck in between the universes. And it's these last two episodes, 7 and 8, that kind of made me realize certain things. I was just like, okay, this is why there's not an alternate universe version of Shadow. Because the reason why there are alternate universe versions of Eggman, Amy, Tails, Knuckles, Rouge, all and Big, everybody, and not Sonic and Shadow is because their universe was destroyed. It was destroyed when Sonic broke the crystal, and it shattered into different pieces. It basically took the information from that universe and created alternate universes in different exaggerated forms. I can't believe I only noticed that during episodes 7 and 8. I really, maybe I was just slow on the uptake, maybe this is just obvious information, but I had thought that their universe still existed. It's just, I thought that Sonic was in different areas, in different universes, and he needed to find his way back. That's what I thought. That wasn't the case at all. He straight up destroyed his universe. He straight up murdered. Oh, God. And so, anyways, back to the dystopian dimension. So Sonic charges at the flying egg building ship thing or whatever it is. And it's funny because this is like a Sonic CD reference, but he ends up going so fast that he starts glowing and Shadow appears into the void or whatever, right? And he starts saying, hey Sonic, whatever you do not stop running. Keep going. And then Sonic just keeps running. He runs faster and faster. and then he ends up warping out of the place into another dimension. And the reason why I say this is a Sonic CD reference is because in Sonic CD, whenever you pass by the little future or past signs, you have to continuously have like speed and movement in order to enter into like the future or past. Also, you can also think of Flash, where he enters into, you know, he travels through time due to how fast he goes and his speed. So you could reference that as well. This is where Sonic ends up in the pirate dimension, and in the pirate dimension, everything is filled with water, so it's basically One Piece. Like everything is water. Everything is water. You know, Sonic can't swim. This is basically One Piece at this point. But anyways, and so this is where we run into the weakest versions, I'd say, of Rouge, Amy, Knuckles, and Tails. And when I say weakest, maybe I should say the most wimpy. The most wimpy. Because Knuckles is a coward, bro. He's the captain of the crew. He's called Dread, right? His name is Dread. He's the captain of the crew. And he's afraid to fight. He literally lets fodder bully him. And all he cares about is partying and everything. And it's just, and it's like, wow, this man's disappointing. So when Sonic actually stands up to the bully pirates that always steal their stuff, you know, they say, oh, Sonic's the new captain now. Dread, you suck. You're absolute garbage. We're done with you. But the thing is that he became that way for a reason, because he ended up losing, well, not only his ship, but the respect of his crew trying to get the crystal in which Sonic wanted. So Sonic's like, hey, I really want to go to it. And Dread, or Knuckles, is like, nah, I'm not doing that again. You do what you want. This crew's yours. If you want to go, if you're so insistent on going, this crew is yours. It's whatever. I'm done. And so eventually Sonic ends up being greeted by dystopian universe Amy Rose. And now we bring in like dystopian technology into the pirate world. And it's crazy. So you have two Amy's in this universe, right? And I noticed during this episode, they were having like Sonic and, well, I think this is episode 8 now, but they had like Sonic and everybody else on screen, but they never had the other Amy on screen. I was like, why are you doing this? I was like, why are you doing it? Where's Amy? I want to see these two Amy's interact. Where are they at? And then just at the right moment, when Amy and the robots are about to sink the ship and completely finish the crew off, she sees the alternate universe Amy. And she's like, who is that? And then she just starts, she malfunctions just a little bit. And she's like, you know what, let's leave him. We need to go. Let's go ahead and get the crystal. You could just leave him to die. And so I was just like, why did she decide to stop? I can theorize on that maybe. Maybe if she kills an alternate universe Amy, this universe dies or something. I have no idea. There has to be some reason why she decided to dip. And it's like, okay, I'm not messing with this version. I'm out, right? I don't know what it is. But anyways, moving on. So Knuckles tries to dip and leave everybody for dead. And so Sonic's like, hey, come on. You'll be Knuckles, the legendary Knuckles the Dread, if you help me get this crystal. Come on, we gotta do it, man. And so Knuckles is just like, all right, fine. We'll do it. With your speed, this will work out. And so, you know, they use a creative way in order to get there quickly. They use Sonic speed and everything to blow the sails. And once they get to the rock formation, because this is where Knuckles had wrecked at. Once they get to the rock formation, they lose their sails as they're getting attacked by alternate dystopian universe Amy. And after they lose their sails, Knuckles is like, all right, Sonic, grab the rope and just pull the ship at super speed. Just pull, and Sonic does it. He's on some Superman junk. He just pulls the entire ship as he's floating on the water. I'm like, okay, wow. He really just did that. He's pulling it at fast speeds. He passes dystopian universe Amy, and then, you know, they board their ship on some pirate stuff. And Sonic tells Knuckles, hey, go ahead and get the crystal. I'll stay here and fight. So Knuckles goes ahead and gets the crystal. And this is technically like a redemption for Pirate Knuckles. Captain Knuckles the Dread. This is like a redemption arc for him, because when he goes up to get the crystal, he's just going in. He's destroying all these robots, pulling all these crazy moves. I'm like, it's nice to see Knuckles just go wild. It's nice to see that. And he finally gets the crystal, but he's like going crazy as he's going up there. He's like, yes, this is mine forever. He's just going crazy. And I'm just like, okay, I'm happy for him, but now I'm scared as well. Because like, how is this going to be all right when Sonic wants to take the crystal, right? And that's one of the things that is I'm questioning for, because when Sonic wants to get the crystal to bring back his universe, how is he going to go about doing it? Because Pirate Knuckles is going to want his crystal. Tails, alternate dystopian universe Tails, is going to want the crystal in order to travel to other dimensions. And we already did the Amy thing, but we don't know about any other crystals, right? So what is going on with that? Exactly. What is going on? I do have a feeling that this is going to go in a dramatic, kind of south in a dramatic way. In a good kind of south in terms of writing, but in terms of how Sonic's going to deal with this, it's definitely going to be a hard time for him for sure. But anyways, Knuckles falls off the cliff and Sonic saves him, but in the process he ends up getting touched by the prism, which ends up teleporting him back in the realm between worlds, and he's flying to another dimension. But before that happens, Shadow kicks a crystal at Sonic to stop his momentum. And then Sonic's like, oh, what the heck? And it's like, oh, I gotta deal with you. Okay, I don't know which version you are, but I just wanna go home, man. And Shadow's like, home? Home doesn't exist anymore because of you. And so he just charges at him and just smacks it. He smacks him so hard, sparks fly out. He smacks him so hard, which is funny because I'm sitting here thinking, did Shadow just want Sonic to come out of the dimensions just so he can specifically throw hands with him? It was like, this Joker destroyed my universe. I'm about to beat this Joker's tail. So he just spends his whole time in the void saying, hey Sonic, keep on running, okay? Just keep on running so I can meet you outside so I can beat the crap out of you, okay? You gonna catch these rounds. I can see that, I'm not even gonna lie. But Shadow has every right to be upset because he was trying to warn Sonic. It's like, hey, you need to stop and listen for once, because he knew that something bad was about to happen. And that's the whole point of him fighting Sonic in the beginning of the series. So it's just like, now that Shadow failed to stop Sonic, he's extra pissed off, which makes sense. So I really don't blame him in the slightest. It is Sonic's fault, it truly is. But with that brutal cliffhanger, that's it. That is it for season 1. This was a good season, and honestly, it has so much potential. It's crazy. And yeah, I said this is better than Sonic X. Heck yeah, this is better than Sonic X. I said it was, I called it, right? I already said, hey, this is gonna be better than Sonic X when I saw the trailers alone. I was like, yeah, this is giving me that better than Sonic X vibe. But after seeing all the episodes, yeah, no contest for me, I'm sorry. I mean, the later seasons of Sonic X were really good. Like, some people say, oh, this is better than the first season of Sonic X. I say this is better than all of it already. I'm already there. I'm already sold, completely. But maybe I'm jumping the gun. I don't think so, though. But anyways, my overall thoughts. This is a very good series. I like how they're using everything and making it important, because it's not just, okay, Sonic goes to this round, grabs a crystal, all right, yay, we win. We leave this dimension, go to another dimension, grab that crystal, yay, we win. That's it for that arc. It's not like that. There is a story here. Well, a better story here, a bigger story here. There's a lot more going on. There's character interactions and character drives. They're driven to do certain things. There's character conflict and drama. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, Tails is scaring me. And Knuckles the Dread is scaring me a little bit, not too much, but he's scaring me a little bit. But as for the primitive dimension, the Stone Age dimension, it's not, I didn't think that much of that one, but I do believe that's gonna have a bigger role later. But as for right now, everything is connecting. Even the primitive dimension, that connects in a certain way, and it connected on an emotional level for Sonic, and really did some good development there for how he views his old world, his friends, and how he cherishes that time. So everything really works very well, and I would give this season a rating, but it's like, it feels weird to give something that's unfinished a rating, So I'm not really gonna do that. But overall, this is definitely something worth watching. Sonic fans would definitely love this series. I think non-Sonic fans could love it too, to be honest. Animation is top quality. Top quality. The voice acting. Actually, I never mentioned Shadow's voice actor. Let's talk about Shadow's voice actor really quickly. I think his voice actor is better than I like his performance better than what we've gotten from the Shadow in the games currently. Like, okay, is he along the lines of David Humphrey or Jason Griffith? Yeah, I think he's as good as those guys. I'm actually really surprised at how good these voice actors are. They're really freaking good. Like Sonic's voice actor, Devin Mack, one of the best Sonics, probably top 3. One of the best Sonics I've ever heard in my life. I mean, good grief, he's good. Rouge sounds great. Amy sounds great. Tails sounds great. Knuckles, I was iffy on Knuckles at first. But then I was like, you know what? When I heard the different universe versions of him, I was like, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. He's really good. I don't really care for his Prime universe voice, really, but it's okay. But everything else, he sounds great. He's really, really good. Overall, I have really nothing but good things to say about this series. So hey, if you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and watch it. If you're a Sonic fan, what are you doing? You should be watching this now. If you're not a Sonic fan, hey, go ahead and give it a shot. I think you'll like it. But we're not done with the video yet. I'm gonna read some Twitter comments and see what the community thinks about this. So, on to the Twitter comments. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Shadow and Sonic Prime. Sonic, don't stop running, bro. I'm stuck in the void. Sonic makes it to the void. Shadow just beats the crowd. I'm telling you, all he wanted to do was beat this man's tail. Oh God. Oh my God. Actually insane how nice Shadow can sound when voice direction makes sure he doesn't sound like an edgy parody of himself. That's what I'm saying. Like he like in the games, at least now in the games, he sounds too much. In this one, oh Jesus Christ. He sounds so good. Like he reminds me of a little bit of David Humphrey, a little bit of Jason Griffith. Honestly, this is just, I think this Shadow's perfect. I really do. He sounds just absolutely right. Voice direction is, I'm starting to see that voice direction is where it really needs to go. Because for the longest time, Sonic games have had terrible voice direction. They're getting better voice direction now. And Sonic Prime had amazing voice direction. It was ridiculous how good it was. But yeah, kudos to them for that. They did a phenomenal job. Wait, hold up. Jacksepticeye? Oh my God, Jacksepticeye! He voiced a pirate named Jack in Sonic. Oh my God, Jack was the pirate? Oh my God, how did I miss that? I need to go back and watch that episode to see if I can catch his voice. Oh my God. Jack is always in everything, man. He's always doing some kind of voice work, I swear. It's crazy. Dread is the rawest character in the whole show. Yes, my God. Dude, Dread, okay. I won't say in the whole show, but he's one of my favorites. He's probably my favorite alternate version of Knuckles. Because he starts off as a coward, he lost his crew, and then he just becomes like, just driven. And he's just like, nah, I'm taking this. This is mine. And he just starts clapping all the robots and everything. Just like, he went in, man. He did a good job, and he kind of went crazy at the end. I really want to see Dread again. Like, so far, like he's a fantastic character so far. I'm loving it, man. They were cooking in the animation and scoring department. That's what I forgot. Yo, I forgot to mention the music. The music is good too. Like, they did so good with this, man. Sonic Prime be more like Rouge, wearing every eyeshadow available. Yeah, she wears different makeup in each dimension, which is appropriate, right? You know, the pirate dimension, she's wearing like a dark purple. The primitive dimension, green. Dystopian dimension, light pink. And then the original dimension, blue. She's every single time she got something different. Love it though. Yeah, Shadow was just floating around the whole time. He was just pissed, just angry the entire time. It's like, this Joker, I'ma get him. I'ma get him. He was just sitting there just thinking, just like, what am I gonna do to him? The moment he shows up, I'm gonna work on what I'm gonna say. Is he gonna say something about getting back home? I'm gonna be like, home? Home doesn't exist anymore. And I'm gonna just sock him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get him. He just the angriest dude ever right now. How many times has Sonic been kicked around in Sonic Prime? Yeah, he got his butt kicked a lot. I'm telling you, this man got tossed, used, and abused, and he just keeps going. And it's like consistent. It's like back to back. He goes to one universe, gets his butt kicked, goes to another universe, gets his butt kicked. Like, this man, I don't know if this is a feat or if it's just sad. Like, I have no idea. Because it's like the fact that he's continuing on and as if nothing bad has happened to him is just wild. And Shadow's just like, Sonic, get ready for the butt kicking of a lifetime when you get back. This man ain't playing. He's like, man, I'm gonna beat this Joker's tail. And Sonic already got beat hard enough. I mean, god dang, if Thorn Rose wasn't enough, I mean, god dang. Like, good grief, man. And then Tails tossed him. So Tails is tossing him around a little bit. Then Thorn Rose really tossed him. Didn't make no sense about Thorn Rose. Also, I guess you could say Rusty Rose did too. It's just crazy, man. This man here getting his butt thoroughly clapped consistently. I can't, Sonic. Come on, Sonic. But anyways, that's it for the Twitter comments. This was really fun. I really enjoyed watching this and then making these videos too. Hey, guys, let me know. What did you think about Sonic Prime? You thought it was good? You thought it was okay? You thought it was bad? I mean, seriously, be honest. Don't be afraid. Let everybody know. But we all know that this is better than Sonic X, right? I mean, you could just go ahead and confirm that, right? But no, all jokes aside though, I really enjoyed doing this and I look forward to season 2. I will be back for season 2. Make sure you subscribe for that, okay? And like this video as well. Share it with others because we are gonna be back here again and I look forward to doing it once again. And anyways, with all that being said, Vagabond gone.